All right, so I've been seeing these product configurators all around, and people have been asking me how to make them in EducationXR. So I figured, well, let's just do an example, right? Obviously, you can make it in many ways, but let's just try a simple way and let's just do it. First thing I just did already is I went to my templates and I imported one of the templates that we have, one of the environments that we have, so you can have full environment. You don't have to worry about it. Lighting is done for you. Really simple to start with. So let's go ahead and give it a name, Product Configurator. Now the only thing I want to do is get an asset, and I already took Unity's skill loader, which is one of the ones that they have been showing off, right, for product configurators. So why not just use this one, right? So we just put our model right there. I'm gonna put my camera kind of like here, I think, and I'm gonna record it. Let's check out how it looks in desktop. That looks good. Let's check how it looks in mobile. Looks pretty good. So remember, when you make something in EducationXR, it's just gonna work on all devices. It's gonna work in VR. It's gonna work in desktop, tablets, mobile phones. So you have these previews that allow you to kind of think and see what is gonna look in a mobile phone. Obviously, in a mobile phone, you can collapse this menu and have a bigger view. And in desktop, the same, but you have a bigger resolution. So I like this. Let's start here. All right, so now let's just look at what we can change. Let's change this front assembly. And I know that there's this sweeper assembly right here. Yep. There's this brush cutter assembly. Okay. And then I guess there's this bucket one. Oh, here it is. And then there's also forks. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this brush cutter down here. I'm gonna unpack my prefab so it lets me move things around. So let me bring my brush cutter assembly and my sweeper assembly in here. And I'll be able to swap between them. Let's start in a very easy way. I'm just gonna make an empty object, and I'm gonna call it my parts controller, something like that. And I'm gonna do this with flow, and you could do it directly from here, from the interactivity window, with some click interactions or hold interactions, whatever you decide, even AI to be interactions. But I'm gonna go with flow. Just gives me a little bit more flexibility, and I can do more things. So I'm just gonna add a graph to my controller, and I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna put it down here so I can see both at the same time. And let's start with something very simple. I'm just gonna make a little cube, and I'm gonna have this be my fork, for example, selector. And I'm gonna make it small, and I'm gonna put it here. So what I'm gonna do is that when I click on that, I'll change to the fork. So I'm gonna add an interaction for that. And what you want is a select interaction. So if you press space, you can search for that, select. And there are two. There's select or net select. I'm going to use net select because they just give me free multiplayer functionality. I'm just going to put my fork selector in there. So when I select that, I'm going to turn on my fork. So I'm going to set it active to true. And now I just have to go find my fork. Let's see where it was. It's right here. And I'm just going to turn the other three off. So I'm just going to duplicate this 3 times. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm going to turn my bucket off. I'm going to turn my sweeper off. And I'm going to turn my brush cutter assembly off. There you go. So that's just going to work. If I press play, I'm going to check it out. And that changes to my fork. Really, really nice. And again, it's just going to work in mobile. It's going to work in tablet, in computers, in VR. And because we use net select, it's just going to be multiplayer. So everything is multiplayer by default. You can enter these courses with anyone across devices. And now the interactions are just multiplayer by default. So yeah, let's keep working on this. I'm going to make 3 more of these selectors. And I'm just going to duplicate this, Control D and Control D and Control D. Perfect. So now I'm going to do another one for the bucket, right? I'm going to call this the bucket selector. Awesome. So my bucket selector, I'm just going to put it right here. So I'm going to turn everything off except the bucket. Perfect. Now I'm going to do, what is the brush cutter? Brush cutter selector. Very good. Just going to put it right there. And again, just turn everything off except the brush cutter. Perfect. And now one more. And what am I missing? I'm missing the sweeper. So let's do the sweeper selector. There you go. So here we go. Turn everything off except the sweeper. And now just check it out, right? Let's press play. And boom, 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 boom. Really simple. And really that's all it takes, Let's actually do one more fun thing. We can actually go to our step window and select AR. That will transform this step into an AR or XR enabled step. And now we can select any objects that we might want to be AR. I'm going to select my skid loader and my controller, right? Because I want that to work in AR as well. We can preview what things will be in our AR view. And now we'll be able to do this from our mobile devices as well as pass-through headsets. So for example, in the Quest, you can select go into pass-through and you'll be able to see that in your real environment. Same with mobile phones. And now we can just save our product configurator. I'm going to go into the cafe window. I'm going to select the publish tab. Select my product configurator. And I can select what platforms I want. I want all of them. So I'm just going to click start. And that's all. This is going to export a package for a background process to start publishing and uploading to the cloud. And after a few seconds, this probably will take 40 or 50 seconds, I will be able to keep on working. I don't have to wait as everything happens in the background. It's very convenient and very fast. All right, so the publish finished. It's published for Windows, Mac, iOS, Android. Android works for mobile phones as well as mobile VR. And we can already check it. So I can go into EducationXR. Let's open the app. And the publish took about 2-3 minutes at most. And let me go to my category. I have my own Alex category where I publish things. Let's find the product configurator and click install. When you click install, it pulls it from the cloud. As you can see, it's 224 megabytes. so not very big. And once it downloads, I can do it solo or I can do it in multiplayer, and I'll do that in a minute, but I just want to check it out. And here it is. It just works. I can collapse my menu. I can move my camera around. You have a couple options. You also have options inside Flow to move the camera and move it around the scene, so you could tie it to interactions as well, and it works like we said. And again, this is all completely multiplayer. It works in all devices. I'll check the other devices in a second. And I didn't have to make any builds. I didn't have to make builds. I didn't have to make executables. I didn't have to distribute those or figure it out. It's all immediately published directly from the Unity editor. It goes to the cloud, and everyone has it available if they have EducationXR installed. So yeah, it's that simple.